Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Daily Podcast, your space for learning real English for real life. I'm Sarah.
And I'm John. It's great to have you with us again.
Today, we're talking about something that everyone deals with, but many English learners feel uncomfortable discussing.
Money.
Yes, talking about money in English.
Whether you're traveling, shopping, booking a hotel, or even discussing salary, money conversations are everywhere.
And the good news is, you don't need complicated English to talk about money.
You just need the right phrases.
Many learners feel nervous talking about money in English for two reasons. First, numbers. Second, cultural differences.
Yes, large numbers in English can feel confusing, and in some cultures, talking about money feels uncomfortable.
But when you travel, it's necessary. You need to ask about prices, you need to understand costs, you need to manage your budget.
Let's start with numbers. You must feel confident saying and understanding 15, 50, 14, 40.
Many learners confuse teen and T numbers. For example, 13 versus 30, 14 versus 40, 15 versus 50.
Practice listening carefully. The stress is different. 13, 30.
When traveling, these are essential phrases. How much is this? How much does it cost? Is tax included? Is service included? Can I pay by card? Do you accept cash?
These questions will help you in almost every country. Keep them simple. Say them clearly.
When booking or staying at a hotel, you might need to ask, what is the total price? Is breakfast included? Are there any extra charges? Is there a deposit?
The word deposit is important. It means money you pay first and sometimes get back later.
Let's talk about payment methods. Common phrases: I'll pay in cash. I'll pay by credit card. Can I split the payment? Can I pay in installments?
In some countries, you might also hear contactless payment, mobile payment, digital wallet.
When traveling, you need to manage your budget. Useful phrases include, I'm on a budget. I'm trying to save money. That's too expensive. Do you have something cheaper? I'm looking for a more affordable option.
Notice the word affordable. It means not too expensive.
When shopping, you may want to ask, is this on sale? Is there a discount? Can you give me a better price? What's the final price?
In some countries, bargaining is normal. In others, it's not. So listen carefully to how locals talk about prices.
Another important travel skill is understanding your bill. Common words: total, subtotal, tax, service charge, tip, discount.
If something looks wrong, you can say, I think there's a mistake. Could you check this, please? I don't understand this charge.
When talking about money, politeness matters. Instead of saying, this is expensive, you can say, it's a bit expensive.
Instead of, I don't like the price, say, that's a little outside my budget.
This sounds softer and more respectful.
When traveling internationally, you'll deal with currency exchange. Important phrases: what's the exchange rate? Is there a commission fee? How much will I receive?
You might also need to say, I'd like to exchange $200. Can I get smaller bills?
When someone tells you a price and you don't understand, don't panic. Say, sorry, could you repeat that? Did you say 50 or 15? Can you write it down, please?
Asking for clarification is normal. Even native speakers do it. Money conversations are not only for travel. You may need to discuss salary, rent, expenses, savings.
Useful phrases. I earn dash. My monthly expenses are dash. I'm saving for dash. I'm trying to reduce my spending.
In some cultures, asking about salary is normal. In others, it's private. So always be careful.
If you're not comfortable, you can say, I prefer not to discuss that. Polite, clear, simple.
Here's a simple exercise. Describe your monthly budget in English. For example, I spend money on rent, food, and transportation. I try to save 20% of my income.
Use simple vocabulary. Focus on clarity, not complexity.
Talking about money in English doesn't have to be stressful.
You don't need financial vocabulary from a textbook.
You need practical phrases for real life.
Travel, shopping, hotels, budget, exchange.
And remember, confidence is more important than perfection.
Speak slowly, ask clearly, clarify when needed.
The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
You know, Sarah, there's another area where talking about money becomes very important for travelers: transportation.
Yes, definitely. Whether you're taking a taxi, a bus, a train, or renting a car, you'll need to understand prices clearly.
For example, before getting into a taxi, it's smart to ask, how much does it cost to go to the city center? Is it a fixed price? Do you use the meter?
The word meter is important. It's the machine that calculates the fare based on distance and time.
And if you're not sure about the price, you can say, could you give me an estimate? An estimate means an approximate cost.
Another useful phrase for transportation is this the cheapest option?
Or, is there a day pass available? A day pass can save money if you use public transportation multiple times.
Let's also talk about splitting costs, especially when traveling with friends.
Yes, that's common. You might say, let's split the bill. Can we divide this equally? I'll transfer you the money.
The phrase split the bill is very natural in English. It simply means everyone pays their part.
Now, let's talk about saving money while traveling. You can say, I'm trying to stick to my budget. I need to cut down on expenses. I don't want to overspend.
The word overspend means spending more money than planned. Very useful word.
Sometimes prices surprise you. If something is unexpectedly expensive, you can say, that's more than I expected. That's a bit higher than I thought.
Notice how soft those phrases sound. They're polite. They don't sound aggressive.
Now, let's move to salary and income vocabulary, because many learners also need this English for work or relocation. You can say, I earn $2,000 a month. My salary is paid monthly. I get paid weekly. I'm self-employed.
If you want to talk about expenses, you can say, my rent takes up a large part of my income. Living costs are high in this city. I try to save at least 10% of what I earn.
Let's talk about the word afford. This is a very important verb. You can say, I can't afford that. Can you afford it? I'm saving up for it.
Saving up means collecting money slowly over time for something specific. For example, I'm saving up for a new laptop. I'm saving up for a trip.
There's also the word worth. You can say, it's worth the price. It's not worth that much.
This helps you express value, not just cost, because something can be expensive, but worth it.
Another useful phrase is, that's a good deal. A good deal means a good price for the value you get.
And the opposite? That's a ripoff. But be careful, that's informal.
Now, let's talk about travel safety and money. You should know phrases like, I lost my wallet, my card was declined, I think my card was charged twice, I need to block my card.
The word declined means the payment was not accepted. Very common when traveling.
If you need help at a bank while traveling, you might say, I'd like to withdraw some cash. I'd like to deposit money. I forgot my PIN.
And remember, withdraw means take money out.
Deposit means put money in.
Let's talk about tips and service charges. In some countries, tipping is expected. In others, it's optional. You can ask, is service included? Should I leave a tip?
If you want to leave a tip, you can say, keep the change. That's a very natural phrase.
Money English isn't complicated, it's practical. It's about clarity.
And most of the time, simple sentences are better. I don't understand this charge. Can you explain this fee? That's outside my budget. Short, direct, clear.
If you're listening right now and thinking, I'm not good with numbers in English, remember something important. You can always ask people to repeat. You can ask them to write it down. You can check again.
There is no shame in confirming a price twice. It's better than paying the wrong amount.
The more you practice these phrases, the more natural they will feel. Money is part of everyday life. Travel makes it more visible.
So practice talking about prices. Practice saying numbers. Practice asking questions about cost.
Because confidence with money vocabulary makes travel smoother, less stress, more control.
And when you feel in control of your money conversations, your English feels stronger too.
You don't need complex financial English. You need useful English.
And that's what we focus on here. Clear English, practical English, real-life English.
Keep practicing a little every day. Even 5 minutes of speaking about your expenses or your budget in English can make a difference.
Thank you for being here with us.
And for choosing to improve your English step by step.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking English every day.